What's up, y'all? We about to have a little discussion today, so I hope y'all are ready. I am getting ready to do just some simple makeup today. Y'all see the title. Now, this is gonna be, my opinion and how I feel about shit. So don't mind me. I'm just being who the fuck I am. Okay, so I have to continue moving some things. So before I jump into the discussion, just know that your girl has been moving every fucking thing to this place, to this new place. And I'm so thankful and so grateful to those that have helped me, gotten readings, all that shit. I'm so grateful and so thankful. Now, I got this L. Shit, I hope y'all motherfucking ready for this discussion because I'm feeling some type of way. Now, I'm starting off with the Wet n Wild Primer Base, the one that I mixed up with that serum. And like I said, I'm just going to be doing a simple makeup look because I am literally going to be moving the rest of my things today. So, I'm just glad that I ended up getting to move without a rush because last time I had to rush out of that place. The guy that I was talking to was fucking psycho. And I wasn't really... Let me smoke this shit. I wasn't prepared for... I wasn't prepared for that last year. And now I'm prepared. I was prepared to move in a decent way. Not leaving my shit behind or whatnot. So... I was kind of running away from my situation. But now I'm good, okay? I'm good. So, let's get this discussion popping. I'm going to be doing my makeup. Hopefully, this won't be a long-ass video. But I will be expressing my motherfucking opinion in this bitch. So, if your ass is sensitive, go and click the fuck on off. Go and click on off, baby. Okay? So, it's going to be get ready to get high with me. Now that I put on my primer... I'm going to let that dry. But I wanted to talk about Kevin Samuels. Okay. He was a Pisces. I remember mentioning this on my channel last year. I remember doing a reading. In the car about him. I'm just asking some questions like how did they feel about Kevin Samuels and his opinion and shit. And this is my opinion. And y'all tell me in the comments down below what you think or how you think about it. Now, I am subscribed to Kevin Samuels. Bless his little heart, literally. Okay, I was reading that in the Pisces reading that there was going to be some sort of heart attack or there was going to be a death or a public, very publicized death. I have this Wet n Wild stick that I'm getting ready to use. And today, like I said, it's just going to be simple makeup. So, I had asked in the summertime on Pisces channel how do they feel about Kevin Samuels? And a lot of people were saying that he's disgusting. He treats black women like shit. He treats women like shit. Blase, blase. And I subscribed to his channel because I wanted to... I'm an open-minded free thinker. And I like to listen to whatever the fuck I want to listen to. And I like to hear other people's opinions as well. Now... I was really seeing a lot of hate. I'll start with, like I said, my condolences to him and his family. You never know when you're gonna fucking go, bitch. So you have to respect the dead. You don't have to, but shit, it is a must if you want to should be respected by them while you are living on earth, right? So I get on Facebook and I'm seeing witches that I'm friends with. I'm seeing everyone express their opinions about the situation and how they felt about him and how they didn't watch him, blase, blase. And like I was telling y'all in the live last night on Pisces channel, I was like, look, people were saying that they put spells. Somebody put spell, King Bruja or something like that, put a spell on Nature Boy. Somebody said that they put a spell on Kevin Samuels. Listen, people die when they want to die. Shit, whether your magic work or not. And I'm going to say that point blank and period. And it'd be like the most hateful people that do hateful spells on people because they're not willing to work on themselves. And I seen that. And I'm just like, y'all some true fucking weirdos. Like, if your dad or your mama died, would you have empathy? Would you have those same feelings about death? Even if you ain't know the motherfucker. It expresses a lot of disingenuine energy, even when you die, even when you are living, right? And I was getting the feeling that, listen, just because somebody claims that a spell works or that there is spell work that's been done to somebody, that don't mean a motherfucking thing, okay? Bitch, you was gonna die any fucking ways. Period and dot, okay? Bitch, you not going around being motherfucking Mary Mahoney. Not Mary Mahoney, but shit, you know what I mean. Shit, trying to go around help everybody and shit. But it be some people who just really are shitty people. And they are shitty with themselves. And I think about my own father, my own mother, when I think about death. And I don't care what you try to say or what you try to do. It's like my daughter said, the cycle of life. Shit, the circle of life. It is. But you don't go around talking shit about somebody because they died and that your spells worked and shit. That's really fucked up. Okay? That's fucked up. And I'm not one of those. I don't claim to be one of those people that say I'm going to do my spells and say it out loud and shit. Okay? You speak certain things into the universe, but you also need to keep your sorcery and your secrecy to a minimum. And a lot of people, that's why they spells ain't working, because you telling everybody that you doing spells. Bitch, you supposed to sit back and enjoy your work in silence. Period. People will know you good. Okay, bitch. Some of y'all be thinking y'all motherfucking Mary Laveau, honey. And your motherfucking ass don't even know how to keep a secret. Okay? But I noticed that in the community, that was the first thing I noticed was on my Facebook posts. You know, it was the women that were like, yes! Like, this man is dead. Now, this is really how I feel. He expressed his opinion. He also expressed statistics and facts. He was a Pisces. And a lot of people cannot stand Pisces. A lot of people cannot fathom the lifestyle that most Pisces are living in their truth. I seen on there they said he was doing drugs. I seen on there he was doing he was having sex with his man. No, and those things, would you want that said about you, is really how I look at it. People are going to say what they want to say. The internet is, it will tear you apart. With just expressing your opinion and being your natural self, people want to have a reason to tear someone else apart because their life is never together. Okay? So I'm just going to do like a golden yellow. A little, like I said, a natural color. But I'm filling this in with a darker shade first because I want the light to pop. So this is how I truly feel. It's fucked up to laugh at the dead. It's fucked up to not think that those things won't happen to you and you won't be mourning. You act as though karma is not going to come for you as well. Everybody dies. And when you get to a point where no one's opinion matters, then what they gonna do about it? I mean, really, like, really. But I'll be damned if I die and these niggas say I was doing cocaine, that I had to hide my sexuality. That man could have not had sex for years, okay? Motherfucker could have been in the jack-off hour and people still would have said he was gay. People still would have said that, you know, whatever they felt, his triggers, they would have expressed that, okay? But if you think about it, you don't want nobody to do that shit to you. Period. Now, I seen an episode where he said, Big Shirley thinks she can have any man. And I think that he was trying to help people put things in a perspective that not everybody is a match. Not everybody is for you. What you're wanting is not what that motherfucker might want. So once you figure that out, don't be a dumbass for wanting to have value. I mean, it's just simple, you know, simple things that some people are not taught in their homes to appropriate. And you need some people need that guidance. Some people need that because they did not get that. Okay, some people need to see other perspectives and different qualities of life in order to know what you want. You know what I mean? And I'd be damned if all them people that's talking that shit. Now, I did see a lot of people that were giving in their respects. This is a Twilight Dusk palette. You change. I like this palette. You can be Twilight and Dusk. Okay, I didn't say dusty, I said dusk. But I was just getting that vibe that a lot of people, honestly, they're very hateful. Truly hateful. But at the same time, if you are a truth seeker, speaker. Now, I've seen it where some people said that Kevin stole a whole image or whatever. But as I think about it, someone needs to have their subconscious checked. And there's someone out there that will help you check your subconscious. Kevin Samuels was one of those people. Help you get yourself in check. He was a mirror to those who did not have their shit together. Period. Okay? So I'm just going to take this down and tone it down just a little bit. I don't want it to look too raccoonish. But it's at that point where some people, things, animals, they need a spirit guide. They need an earth angel. They need information that they did not receive from others. And that to me is the type of person that Kevin Samuels was. Now, granted, not everybody's gonna agree with you. Shit, I go through that shit all the time. Motherfucker be trying to, they come to me for magic, and then next thing you know, they still doing their own, making their own stupid decisions. And it ain't nothing I can do about it. You decided to make those decisions. And there ain't nothing I can do about it. You cannot lead the horse, okay, to drink the motherfucking water. Sometimes even kicking the motherfucker to go is not gonna work. So you really have to take that into consideration. Not everything is for everyone, but there is someone who will get the message. And that's truly how I feel. I also feel like he would say things that trigger others to reflect on themselves, and you can't get mad at that. I mean, really, like, why, how could you be upset at someone that is a messenger for someone else? Now, sometimes you just gotta sit back and listen to the message instead of being the dumbass caller, okay, that's doing dumbass shit with other people out here. But it's also a truth that needs to be revealed, and some people just can't handle that shit. So it's ultimately up to you to listen to what you want to listen to. I had to tell my daughter, whatever's in your feed is what you put in that bitch. That's what you wanted to listen to. That's what you wanted to hear. The algorithms is going to pick up on your subconscious and try to recommend to you what you would listen to, what you put in your feed, what you put in your brain, in your mind, how you feed yourself. So that's ultimately up to you if those are things that you choose to listen to. It's all about a choice. And I find it very disrespectful how people treat the dead. And it made me really sad because he's an influencer just like myself. He could be anybody. It could be you at any moment. And what you gonna do about it? What did you do about it? How did you fix the situation? Did you get life insurance? Did you help is your family gonna be acting an ass at the funeral? You know? It's been, I had a time where my grandmother, when my mom died, she had a purse, this purse with an elephant, because my mom was a Delta. And she had this purse that had an elephant on it. It was red. I got it in storage right now, okay? She was like, so you're not gonna give me my daughter's purse? And I'm like, damn, did you even think about me? Like, we had always had, a vice of some sort. She used to call me fat, and she would kind of antagonize me. And it wasn't encouragement, it was antagonizing me. And y'all know I remember every goddamn thing. Okay. But she would antagonize me and call me fat. She'd be like, are you gonna really eat that much? You know, men like skinny women. That type of shit. And I'd be like, well, damn, I'm just coming into myself. I'm just learning myself. Shit. Bitch can't even say, I don't even know how to smell myself. Okay? And she still came off. It wasn't a I love you. It was more of, you're fat as fuck. And back in the 50s, men didn't want to date no fat woman. And I'm like, well, damn, I ain't even think about no man. I'm just thinking about going to school and meeting my friends and doing my lessons. That's what I'm thinking to myself. But all the meanwhile, she's adding into my consciousness. Now I'm about to use this on the Glow palette. This is from the last month's. This is the one I told y'all I wasn't going to use until I got to this new place. But on the Glow. So I'm going to be using, let's see, Egyptian clay bronzer. I like that. So it had gotten to a point where I'm like, you trying to knock me down. How you going to be my grandma and you knocking me down? Every time you come around, I just get the feeling I don't even want to be around you. Can I learn to be myself? Can I grow into myself? If I do say so myself, okay? That's what I'm thinking, like, damn, can I be myself? Straight up. And I'm all meanwhile she calling me fat. I'm telling my mom, like, damn, she didn't call me fat. She said I'm lazy. I mean, this is verbal abuse at this point. And if this is what my mom experienced, oh my God. Okay. But the dynamics of my mom and dad's relationship really showed me like how teamwork can fucking work. But going through this, her fat shaming me, and I eventually lost weight. I got into a diet because because her own daughter died of cancer. And I was trying to figure out a way how we could save my mom. And at that time, I was really just trying to keep my mind together. And she was knocking me down. I hated her for that. I hated Black women because I felt like they were all mean. Now, granted, I don't feel that way now, but at that time, I'm just thinking to myself, like, are all Black women this hateful towards me? And I'm coming at it as in an adopted perspective. Like, these really aren't, this isn't my grandmother, but damn, like, why is it that most church women are so evil? And she was evil to me. She was. And it had gotten to a point where I'm like, how do you put up with corruption with somebody and still try to make it work? And I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, you know, are all black women like this? Because my mom's not like this, but she like this. So what's going on here? Like, she didn't verbally abuse me. My mom didn't verbally abuse me. So why is your mom? You know what I mean? And so that made me think, these are some lashes I got from Amazon. These lashes. I like them. They're little wispies. Little natural wispies. I mean, y'all know I be changing shit up, going dramatic, and I'll go real basic. But thinking of Kevin Samuels made me think of her, and made me think of, I remember him doing a show a few days ago about Eartha Kitt and Grace Jones, and how he was saying they were real women. They were real with their feelings and their emotions, and I highly agree on that. I really do agree on that. About them being, you know, respectable, you know. But let me go get these eyebrow pencils, and I'm about to get my lash glue, and then I'm going to finish. Okay, I'm back. So I'm getting ready to do my eyebrows and roll some weed all at the same time and finish my little story. Hopefully y'all can see the end result. Might have to just skip through, okay, in the video. But it had gotten to a point where I thought that all black women were verbally abusive. And I thought that, you know, certain things should be stopped when it comes to things like that, especially how you treat, you know, the mother-daughter relationships. Whenever she would come around, I felt like she was just hateful as fuck and just mad at her husband and mad at the world. And when I was younger, I was thinking like this. I'm like, are you mad at your husband? Like, are you not, like, masturbating? What are you so angry for? And I felt how she treated me was just really shitty. But I also, how she treated me at the funeral that was it for me. I distanced myself because I got to see people's true intent when it comes down to when people are gone and dead or missing. It's always some sort of manipulation, and I be feeling like don't manipulate the dead. Don't do that. Because if you do that shit, they knew where their heart was being weighed at, you know, at the crossroads, at purgatory, wherever the fuck, okay, you know, whatever the fuck, wherever people go to. But they knew who they were and what their path was. People can talk about that shit all the time, but they still lived it in real time. You know? So, I forgot what the fuck this eyeliner was, but I think it said Queen something. But I be using this for my eyebrows to line them. And to make a distinct line of demarcation, to make sure that there is no demarcation. And I like the liquid liner because it seems to rest in. Seems to rest in. So then I go in and I take a brown pencil and fill it in from the corners and make it wispy. Sometimes I don't even be doing my brows. I just say, fuck it. But yeah, that reminded me of my mom's, the day of her funeral. And I'm like, how dare you do this at my mama's funeral? How dare you? And everybody's encouraging her, trying to encourage me to give her the purse. And I'm like, this is my mom's purse. Like, how do you not see that it's sentimental? Bitch, you don't have a baby picture? Shit. You don't have a baby blanket? What's going on here? The day of the funeral. And I had to respect it and just keep it pushing, because if I didn't, my attitude, I would have killed that lady. I would have ran her over. I would have ran her ass over with my anger at my mama's funeral, and I would have hurt her. Okay? But I looked around and I knew that someone was watching. And, you know, I had to take the motherfucking high road. But that all goes to show you how people act when people die, how they really felt. Truly, how they felt about that person, their lifestyle, what they have. You know, people will rip you to shreds and rip you apart just to get what they thought they wanted. I have seen the ugliest of the ugly. Yes, I have. I have seen people fight over the dead's belongings, leave that shit. I have seen so much when it comes down to people dying that you gotta sit your ass on back and relax. Okay? And know that that person, you gave that person the best of your motherfucking self. But it all goes to show you how people act about the dead and how they really don't respect the dead, and how some people would rather be on a selfish accord, okay, very narcissistic. And if you haven't encountered a narcissistic person, then shut your fucking mouth. Because you don't know what the fuck people go through with narcissism. Okay? And people, it's not even selfishness. It's more so of a conniving, unsociable way behind closed doors. So, trust me, I understand. Okay? But when I seen that she had no remorse for me, no remorse for my mother, I was the one that was like literally spoon feeding her on her deathbed. And she was worried about her fucking purse. One purse that my mom always said it was going to be mine. Because I admired the design of the purse. And when I was younger, I used to cut up my mom's dress. I cut up my mom's dress, honey. And I got a whooping for it now. Because I wanted to make that Barbie design, honey. But I was modeling after my mom. I wanted my Barbie to look like her. And I cut her dress. I remember going in the bottom of her closet and I cut the bottom of her dress. It was so pretty. It was red and white and black with these 80s patterns. And it was so pretty. And I remember she used to wear it to church. She would wear it to church like on, just, she wouldn't wear it that often, but I sure wanted that motherfucker. And my mom knew that I was going to be in some sort of design or fashion, or because I always told her I wanted to be a makeup artist. I was that bitch that was buying magazines, looking in for the next look. I mean, y'all can't tell. Okay. And still, all the meanwhile, trying to be on my budget without being extra. So, Kevin Samuels, people don't respect the dead. They don't respect the transition of the dead. And this is what I do every day. Everywhere that I pretty much move to, I move near a cemetery. I respect the dead. I talk to them. But really, we're the dead. And they're the living. And you gotta really know that you gonna be in one of these situations one time with somebody having to you crying at somebody's funeral. Okay. Straight up. That shit, listen. That shit hurt. When you don't have family, you by yourself. But you about to get in your grave by your motherfucking self. But you know that some people ain't willing to work with you. So, in turn, that means, I'm using duo. That means in return, your ass so better know when you die too, nigga. You better have that shit ready. You better have that shit together. Okay? Now with me, I can see the dead and highlight the dead. The dead highlight themselves to me. And anytime I've dealt with someone, I know that they're going to die soon. I can see their halo being taken to the stars. Right before. I had a friend in high school who committed suicide, and I was the last person to see him. He was smoking and drinking, and I was the last to see him. His brother called my phone and asked me did I know where he was. I was like, yeah, I left his apartment about 4 hours ago. And nigga killed himself. One of the guys I used to date. Oh my gosh, I was so in love with that dude. I was so in love with him. I mean, in love. He had, every time he'd break up with his girlfriend, he'd be able to come kick it with me, come hang with me. Okay, all his girlfriends, really. And we would just come, we would just laugh like a motherfucker. Like, I ain't never, man, rest in peace to Chris. I have never had a man that made me laugh more than I can make other people laugh. When he left my house, he got into an accident and died. Man, that nigga used to make me laugh so hard. Okay? And this is some real shit. Like, I will miss him forever. And after he died, I didn't want to talk to nobody no more for a while. And then I started getting my jig back, but it wasn't the same because I hadn't had no dynamic like that in a long time. Now, granted, you know, we had a fun time. And that's for sure. That's all I know. And I got to see his spirit highlighted when he left. We kissed each other on his way out the door to go get his cousin. And never seen him again. That was one of the most devastating relationships that I had. He was so fun. And I've never had anything like that since. And then I started having children. But he was so fun, so fun. Everything we did, we just laughed together. It was just like the best friendship I ever had. Truly. The best friendship I ever had. And sometimes Spirit wants you to know certain things when people pass away. And it's not to bash, but it's a reminder, motherfucker, you could die at any time. And you could be in love at any time and they could die. And I have to tell my clients that it's that you have to detach, because certain people, you don't detach. I gotta tell people this all the time. You gotta pretend like somebody dead, because otherwise, how else are you gonna wipe your tears and keep it pushing, honey? Because they done wiped their tears over you. They done wiped their tears. Shit. Now I'm going to do the highlights under my eyebrow. I do this shit afterwards. I don't know why people be doing that shit. They be putting a whole bunch of clunk of concealer and shit. No, baby, it ain't that deep, baby. Okay. But I will miss him. And those dynamics you never get back. Especially when people die. This is a gold highlighter. So instead of the actual concealer, I use an actual colored highlighter depending on the color that I'm wearing that day. But yeah, best friendship I ever had. So you gotta respect the dead, period. And I'll miss him. I will miss Chris, for real. And I think about him a lot. Shit, we smoked the same cigarettes at the same time. Me and him was having a grand old time, honey. Anytime we would get together, it'd just be the best dynamic. Best support. He'd tell me about his job. I'd tell him about mine. And then we had fun. Okay. And I respected it. But you can see their highlight to the stars when you're somebody like me that has mediumship gifts of the in-between world. And it can be very mortal. Just sometimes I don't even have the words to describe it, but to know and to see that, especially in pictures, I can see when somebody is dead. I can see the dead in pictures, and especially in technology form, I can see the dead. And sometimes that shit is wild. Okay. So after that, I normally put on another coat of the Duo eyelash. And then I'm going to do the rest of the spraying. Now this is where's my fan, baby? So, message, respect the dead. Love yourself. Be a free thinker, but listen to your own subconscious. And just take the wisdom in for what it is. Just take it in. Straight up. Women, men, take the knowledge in. Apply it. So, I'll see you guys in the next video.